Um, I want to move on a little bit about the missing and murdered Indigenous women, Donna, as well. And I feel like we need to have a lot more conversations around that. I know that I've marched on that in that event as well with the Friendship Society, but I'd like you to touch base on that because this is the awareness piece. And like you said, knowledge is power. The more we know, the more action steps that we can take and find out more about it.
Mm-hmm. Many different facets of that as well. Working with our law enforcement agencies, big one. And I know at the Friendship Center, that's been I don't know if you've seen the video from yesterday, but there was about 14 of them that showed up also from Search and Rescue and the Innisfail Fire Department to do that silent round dance with us in honor of those. Those kind of things, again, moving into action from the Truth and Reconciliation. Instead of us talking, we did something together, we walked together. We're going to be doing more of those kind of things now that we've established a liaison and a partnership with them as well about how do we move forward. And again, those are those buzzwords we've all heard. How do we move forward? The policy dictates this. But the bottom line is these are doers. And there's a consciousness that's raising right now. I swear to God. Oh, I'm just so excited about it with everybody, with everything that's going on. And it's brought light to those missing and murdered Aboriginal women's plight. And it's bringing everything into focus about humaneness, doing the right things, standing in a good way for those right things, and supporting more of the Indigenous organizations that can help with mitigating those high-risk factors of those girls being involved in addictions, involved in the family services department, involved in lack of education in violent situations. That all starts with that, getting our young ladies and our young men in schools, getting those educations seen through with the advocacy of urban Indigenous services such as ourselves. Because when they move to the city or they come to get that help, well, they come to us. And we need to have that funding and that awareness and that understanding so we can do wraparound services with other agencies like the one you work with. My dog's just, one moment, please.
Charlene, I wonder how many questions and are participants asking questions? Do we have a few?
Yeah. Christine Rendell asked if the celebrations, the powwows and round dances are open to all.
Yes, generally speaking, yes, they are. I know in our community when we're doing the beautification of the Sweat Lodge grounds, and that'll be used for our round dances, that'll be used for drumming, that'll be used for Sweat Lodge ceremony, and we welcome everyone. Sorry, I had a delivery guy and the dog's barking, sorry.
Of course,
so just as a follow-up question about the joining in the powwows, do you just show up on the day of and
get a hold of the organizers? I always, even when I was traveling across Canada, I would always get a hold of the organizers. Ask, just ask those questions you would when you're working. Just one moment, please.
And I'm seeing some comments there. We want to see the dogs too.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm on an acreage by myself.
No worries. No worries. So someone just asked Charlene, I think it's Mary. Is she asking where Donna is from?
Yes, Mary Turner is asking where Donna is from and how can we contact her, and if that's through yourself.
Yeah, Donna is amazing. So I've known Donna working in Red Deer through community events, and actually their office is like 2 doors down from me. And Donna is amazing. So yes, it could be either myself and then we can get in touch with Donna. We all love Donna. Everyone. She's amazing in our community of Red Deer. Donna, you were talking about powwow a little bit, and I feel like I won't say the word fear, but I think just kind of stepping out and holding ourselves back and saying, well, I don't know enough about it. How is it that I can be part of the powwow? So can you kind of explain that to our listeners and who are tuning in tonight?
Yeah. Again, I'm going to plug the heck out of the Red Deer Native Friendship Society, because this is where it's at with Indigenous stuff, you guys. So we have a powwow every year, but unfortunately COVID came along and we all know that story. So you can get a hold of us. We are still open, but we're not open to the public yet. And all of those questions can be answered. Ashley is the organizer of the powwow. So she's on board. She can answer your questions there. You can become a volunteer. Oh my God, you learn so much when you volunteer. Jeez. Anyway, you can come when we become open, hopefully maybe by the end of August. You can come down and get all of that information. The Friendship Center is kind of like that lighthouse in the middle of downtown Red Deer when it comes to if we don't offer it, if we don't know about that Indigenous service. I keep going back from Aboriginal to Indigenous. I'm so sorry. But we would know where to refer you to. And sometimes when they're having powwow at Musqueam or down in Alexander or whatever, we always have somebody we know that we can refer you to. So if we don't know it, we can connect you. So that's the best way. And then you get to know who we are. You get to know your community gals and fellas that are out there serving you guys, and we can say hello, have a cup of coffee and talk all about it. And who knows, a greater conversation can be held from that. So I just encourage you to use your local resources, whether you're in Edmonton or Calgary or anywhere, but for Central Alberta, I can only share that. Come on and see us. Come on and see us.
Absolutely, Donna. And like you said, just come and show up and, you know, don't hold back. I don't know enough, so how do I? You'll always find amazing and friendly people. And like you said, it's the learning takes place when you start the conversation piece, right? It's not until you start having those conversations and you start learning and finding more about events, and especially things like powwow and the National Indigenous History Month and the history in it itself as well. I kind of want to ask you as well, as individuals who don't necessarily live in Red Deer, what is the best way for them to connect with the organizations that may be in their area? What are some of the steps that they can take?
Again, you've got your Google machines, but
that's right.
But I always say, if you're in Edmonton, contact the Edmonton the Edmonton Friendship Society. If you're in Rocky Mountain House, contact the Rocky Mountain House Friendship Society. If you're in Calgary, do the same. Pretty much they are across Canada. Check your social media. And again, if not, you can join on Facebook, the Red Deer Native Friendship Society, and we've also got those connectors for other things. So the friendship centers are all over Canada. That's the wonderful part of it. And also travel tourism sometimes have little different sites you can see or things. Documentaries come on APTN here and there.
Right.
There's so much with social media now. You can stream just about everything from Sasquatches to the little people to Project Blue Book. Oh boy.
That's so true. Charlene, I want to make sure we get to almost all the questions. I don't know how many we have, but do we have a few more?
Yes, we do. Justine Wild would like to know any thoughts or suggestions on how we can best serve our Indigenous communities as Rotarians.
Oh, you can come to, like I said, the blanket exercise. You can volunteer. You've already started making steps towards that by partnering up with us for the beautification of the Sweat Lodge grounds, which is going to be just incredible because it's blowing up into something wonderful with Sean from Trimline and Eco Tree and possibly a show called Mentors. And oh my God, you guys. So you're doing the right steps. And by holding this webinar, my goodness, you're going in the right direction.
Absolutely.